Okay. Let's grab the link. Grab the link. And it's not. Come on. Come on. Show it as live, please. There you go. Okay, it is a decent delay. Shit. Oh, yes, I know that you're live. iRacing, iRacing, iRacing. Oh, why did I get another at in here? Why is this randomly at everyone? I don't like that server. Smoky. Close that. Reopen that. Go through that. Actually, let me check how many we're expecting for tonight. Let me close that door. Sure we have no water. I'm just unprepared. And it's Saturday check-in. 17 expected? Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, that door needs to get closed. Reach. Alright, where did we get a random ass Discord ping from? Because why would we not? Oh, we got it from our stream being promoted, that's why. That would be it. Just peeping over at the 24 hours of Daytona real quick. I will definitely be doing that mid-race with no regrets. To 14. Let's go ahead and look through the reviews. Ferrari, World Constructors Champions with their driver 77 GT aka F4 winning out the Drivers' Championship. He will not be competing tonight, and neither will Jesus, I believe. Which leaves iRacing Noob in a good spot for P2, Mint up for grabs to grab P3, having competed in only 5 races in DLR, Mint having one of the best records that this series will possibly see, having so far competed in only 4 races, winning 3 of them, and getting second place in another. Very, very well done from Mint. He won last night in Vegas. It was a very close photo finish to the line. Him and 77 GT were fighting the entire time. We joked afterwards that about 85% of the screen time went to the two of them, and I actually forgot to plug my stream in my Discord, so hold on. Let's move this over here. Of course we have someone making a ticket right now. Give me a bit. Commentating, restarting, run. We're gonna do an at here for this one, so this is a special one. Oops. Give you guys that back. Oh no, I'm adding 30 whole people. DLR. Go back to here. Okay. I think we're actually gonna start on time too. Big opportunities in the Constructors' Championship and at the back of the Drivers' Championship. It's going to be a tight fight for P10. It's only 16 points to claim P10. It would look, or 18? Yeah, it's 18 to take it away from Biggie, who I don't think is in tonight's race. Yeah, I do not see Biggie in tonight's race. So 18 points is the number to beat to get P10. There are a couple of drivers at 16 points and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see where that will play out. We won't know immediately after the stream and the race where people will end up. It won't unfortunately be shown here. But we'll do our best to try and estimate where people will end up. Racing Bulls is at risk to lose out to Alpine in the Constructors' Championship. I think McLaren are out of the fight. I think Red Bull might be on the tail of McLaren. McLaren so far have one car in the session tonight where I see 2 Red Bulls, and the Red Bulls have shown to be a force to be reckoned with. We have Snook, aka Rez, showing up again as a reserve tonight for Williams instead of Mercedes. Mercedes with Deathwing and Zaro, both of their full-time drivers. Double kicks again tonight, 5-star Noah and Satiny this time. I believe it was not Satiny last night. I don't think it was 5-star Noah and someone else. I can't remember his name though. Haas also have a new reserve driver, the legit Damar. Legate? It's not legit. I'm sorry. It's French. Legate de Mar. I'm going to have trouble with that all night long. Also looking at the constructors, Aston Martin are pretty much in position. Haas are in position. Williams and Mercedes close together, 10 points dividing them. There is a Williams car that could finish in the points, and there are two Mercedes that could finish in the points. Looking at the constructors again, you can see there's a tight fight for P10 with Deathwing and Baja both looking to secure. I don't think Harold is in this race, but Baja and Deathwing are both in this race, so they will definitely fight for P10. Mint looking to beat out iRacing Noob to try and possibly get past Jesus for P3. I think Mint should have an easy path to P3 in the final World Drivers' Championship. Last night's results with Mint's third win in 4 races. Very, very nice stuff from him. I don't think we see a second Alpine tonight. So far in the lobby, I do not see a second Alpine. I think Mint has had a second Alpine with him so far that has been out of the points. So it's interesting to see for next season where they might sign. Mint might sign again with Alpine, and Alpine might pick up a better second seat. Looking down the order, I see a lot of drivers that probably won't be able to pick up points, unfortunately. Both kicks have 1 whole point each. They could move up a little bit with a good result. Yes, it's Nora Fawn that I was thinking of with the Alpine team. Don't know if that's a full-time driver or a reserve. Looking at the constructors one last time, Kick barely have any points on the board and are not able to challenge Mercedes. Mercedes could bring it to Williams if Williams don't score points and Mercedes get double points tonight. Haas, I think, are also pretty settled in with Aston Martin and your positions. I guess Nora will be here tonight. They're just struggling to get in. We do have quads in with Sarkholes in the double Aston Martin lineup. Don't have many single team runnings tonight. It's a lot of double drivers. Oh god, about to give up on 25. I missed my smooth 23. And that ping was for a random ass league asking if I want to reserve for a team. Just going to ignore that one. So going through the double teams, we have 2 V-Carbs, 2 Mercs, 2 Kicks, 2 Haas, 2 Alpine once we get the second Alpine in, 2 Red Bull, 2 Astons, and one McLaren, one Williams. There's only 2 single seats driving tonight. Big points up for grabs. There will be 18 drivers in. Yep, and as we get the Alpine and somehow went from 17 to 16. I thought we would go from 17 to 18. Did we lose someone? McLaren, Alpine, Haas, Mercedes. This is Mercedes, Kick, V-Carb. I think the game might have just been glitching out on me. I think we might only have 16 tonight and not the 18 that I thought. So my computer's doing a lovely fritz out as the drivers are ready up currently. This is going a lot smoother than both of my races today. Very nice. As we were missing 2 drivers of Legate Damar and Mint readying up. Mint, what are you doing, man? You gotta be the first to ready up. It's a sign of being first tonight as we enter short qualifying. As I glance over at Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. It's looking pretty good. Hopefully they put on a better show than Daytona, so that way I focus more on them than the 24 hours. Otherwise, they're gonna have a problem with my commentary. So we load in to the Season 3 finale of Dream League Racing. Mint looking to have possibly what I would regard as one of the season's or series best records. He has participated in 4 whole races at the end of their 3rd season and has won 3 out of 4 of them, with the one non-win being a 2nd place. Which, actually, let me check. What was that 2nd place in? What track? Was that Coda? I feel like it was Coda. Let me check, though. So Mint is the 4th one. His 2nd place was Mexico. Did I commentate Mexico? No, I didn't commentate Mexico. That was the weekend that I missed. Yeah, he wasn't at Coda. Yeah. I don't know what happened to him in Coda, unfortunately, since I wasn't there. No one yet out on track. We saw Mint last night go out mighty early on. I'm assuming we're not seeing rain as we see a McLaren coming out. I think that's a McLaren. It's really hard to tell if that is a McLaren, but I'm going to assume so. Is it Master? Oh, first try. Probably because there's only one McLaren in the session. Actually, there is 2 cars out ahead of him. It was at the back of pit lane here. Who is that? It is Legate Dahmer. We're just going to call him Dahmer. It sounds weird, but I don't know what else to go with, man. So we're going to call him Dahmer, and Snook, aka Rez, repping the Golf livery on the Williams. I did earlier today, and then I was absolutely murdered. And I'm not even joking. So we saw Sony coming out of the pits, and then it cut back. Beautiful track under the lights. One that I honestly hate driving. I talked to some of the drivers post-race last night and some earlier today and such between sessions. And it sounds like a lot of these guys feel really comfortable, really quick around the track, have a lot of one-lap pace, but they might struggle a bit on strategy. But I think we're going to be in for a really, really good treat tonight. I can't lie. I'm excited for it. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to have a lot of safety cars. I said that we were going to have a lot of safety cars last night, and we had 1? Was it 1 or none? I can't remember. It was not as many as I thought. And this is a lot nicer of a track. It's a lot more wide. There's a lot more runoff. So I'm definitely going to bank on less safety cars around here tonight. So we are on board with Rez. He will be starting the first lap. So if you're looking for a driver to be banking on tonight, my money is going towards iRacing, Baja, Mint, Sarkles, and That Man. I think that might be our podium contention there. They all sounded really confident when I was speaking to them on how they feel around this track. We see Snook, aka Rez, starting his first lap with a kick Sauber in front of him, gets promptly out of the way. Kick Sauber looking to pick up something of points to try and get off the bottom of the leaderboard. So we come down the back straight with Snook. He has a couple cars behind Haas and a McLaren. The McLaren looking to have a semi-DRS slipstream off the Haas ahead of him. Gonna cut through quite quickly back down to Snook, repping a Ferrari helmet inside of the Williams. It's quite an interesting combination as we have a Mercedes getting on the way, cars ahead, or is he off? I feel like he's getting on the way, but he isn't moving. Okay, and he's going. Don't know what was going on with him, but he's moving finally. So we see Snook rounding through Sector 3. That McLaren might have poorly judged the gap to the Haas as he is now on the tail of him. The Mercedes again stopped in Sector 1. Not sure what's going on with them. And he is going, he might just be getting out of the way of those guys. As Snook sets our first time at 23.3. And the Haas comes across the line 24.2. And Dahmer 24.23. He was right on the cusp of the Haas there. good stuff from the two of them, as Master did go ahead when he was behind the Haas. I do believe that he was probably impeded by the Haas and probably could have set a better time, but he is ahead for now. So we're right on board with Quads, who was running pretty high up last night and lost out, unfortunately, due to some strategy. Ooh, I was going to say, he cuts an awful lot. Yeah, he is not on an out lap. That is an invalid lap. Mint provisional pole 22.591. 8/10 quicker than Snook. As we see Sarkles cross the line 23.99. Sarkles might be looking for some improvement to stay and start in some good points. 5-star Noah with his teammate behind coming down the back straight for their first laps. I advised the kicks when I talked to them to try and get a first lap down in quality, as they've been struggling since I have been watching them to really get a good lap done early on in quality. We see Zaro in the Mercedes taking it quite slowly. He's still yet to start its on lap. Iceman in the Alpine riding along with Mint. First time that I think I've seen Iceman in the Alpine. I might have seen him actually when I first started commentating DLR, but for the last little bit, I think it has been more fun. That man and MLB The Show still in the pits. I believe with Red Bull's cost cap infringement, they can only set one lap time. So we see Iceman come down the end of the straightaway here. iRacing Noob now starting his outlap. 5-star Noah goes past Zaro, and 5-star Noah is beaten out by his teammate by just 2/10. Zaro unable to set a good lap time. Quite a large margin between the kicks and the Haas. We are seeing they will definitely want to find some more pace, especially for the race here tonight. Iceman sticking in nicely around the weird square corners. Eats up a lot of his battery. He still has a good amount left to go, as we see. Okay, it's just the kicks getting out of the way. That's mighty wide on the exit there, but he knows that he could do it. 24.2. Now, this is a lot better of a teammate's pace that Mint has seen before, as Deathwing goes faster by 2/10. Deathwing has gone quicker than Iceman. Deathwing P5 for now. As it stands, we're looking at pretty tight midfield, 23.9 in P4 down to a 24.2 in P8. And we see 3 times in the 24.2s from P6 to P8. This is looking to be a pretty good midfield showdown during the race. See, where's Icing areas? iRacing Noob said he felt pretty confident around Abu Dhabi. We'll see what kind of pace he can pull off and see if he can trump out another win like he did in Coda, as Dahmer has retired. It looks like he went off into turn 1, as we do see him on the minimap off track. Looks like he had stuck that Haas in the wall. We were going to cut to him, but we chose the iRacing Noob, so that is unfortunate that we missed out on that moment. iRacing Noob's teammate Nitro finding some good pace finally, P3 right now. Nitro was struggling for most of the season that I've seen, is finally showing some pretty good pace. iRacing Noob eating up a lot of his charged up battery through the beginning of the last sector. He does have the McLaren out front of him, who hopefully won't be impeding his lap, but it might be close to the end here. Might see a double switcheroo. I think that McLaren's going to be pushing now and shouldn't hold him up. If anything, I'll give him a little bit of a slipstream right here. It looks to be a tidy lap as he goes P2, 22.9 for iRacing Noob. Only 2 people have gotten into the 22s, and that is Mint and iRacing Noob. Well done from him. Sarkles now on his outlap. Zaro looking to find more time as well. Zaro actually did find more time. He was on a 2-minute lap time and has now gone to a 25.0. Quads setting his first lap, as well as Baja now. Baja ending off his lap. Looks like some pretty good ERS management. Goes a little bit wide, but we've seen that drivers can push that limit. Baja 23.1. He has yet to hit the 22s, but he will have another shot at it still. 23.1. That's definitely a good time to set for your first lap. We see Quads now with a little ERS compared to other drivers going through this section. And I hit the wrong button, my bad. Quads now rounding the last couple of corners, looking to provide some support to Aston Martin and get some good double points. See if he can stick it up there as he crosses the line. P2, my goodness, what a lap from him. We have a third challenger in the 22 lap times. It's a 22.8 for quads. Beautiful stuff from him in that Aston Martin. We saw some good pace from him last night, and he's looking to bring more now. We see a few cars on their out laps now and a few on some in laps. Mint looks to be on a flying lap. He is. Mint has started his second and probably last flying lap. Based off his strategy, we typically see him only do 2 flying laps and save a set of soft tires, as he has incredible pace. We did see a purple sector 1, but that tends to glitch out for the spectator and always show a purple sector, so we will see what his personal time looks like. So we cut through sectors 1 and going into 2. We might have actually passed the sector 1. Yeah, we passed the sector 1. We're already in sector 2. My bad. See where he's at coming out of sector 2. He's down a tenth on his personal best. Either he's going to pull a Max Verstappen and find some absolute mega time in this last sector, or he will not find improvement at all and be at threat to possibly iRacing Noob and Baja. Not sure if quads might have the pace or time for another lap. He should have the time for another lap, but will he choose to, as he goes mighty wide, but it is not invalidated. That is incredible. This guy has definitely been playing around with those track limits to find where he can and cannot push. As he crosses the line, he does find 2 tenths in the final sector. That is absolutely magical stuff from him there. Mighty, mighty good from Mint. That is why I say he has one of the best league records in DLR. 2 tenths within a single sector. Mighty, mighty stuff. So we have now lost track as to who is on a hot lap and who isn't. I think Snook might be, as he's experiencing quite a bit of lag. Nitro looks to be on a in lap, out lap. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. Sarkles look to have been on a hot lap and has since aborted. Not quite sure there. Iceman on an out lap. The 2 Red Bulls still have yet to set their single laps. And validated lap for the McLaren. Baja, iRacing Noob, and Quads, the only possible challengers, it would seem so far, to take pole from Mint. Mint so far 4 tenths up on Quads' time. Quads yet to set a second lap though. So we do see Snook cross the line. He does go to P3. We have another driver hitting the 22 times. That's a 22.949. Squeezes just past iRacing Noob. iRacing Noob only setting 1 time so far. As I do believe Sarkles might be on a hot lap now. No, he's not. He's plus 11 seconds. I think he might be pushing to the pits. I think that might be what Sarkles is doing. See Satiny in the kick camo livery on a hot lap now, I believe. He doesn't have a whole lot of battery, so it's... I think he might have set a lap. It's really confusing me, I can't lie. Kick are a 1.5 seconds off the back row pace. Yeah, hard to say if that kick is on a hot lap or not. Iceman invalidating his lap. We'll see if he has enough fuel and confidence to go another lap. He looks to be kind of pushing into the pits. I feel like he might be pushing the pit to try and get out on a fresh set of tires, I think. I think he doesn't feel confident in using a semi-scrubbed set. No, he does stay out. Okay, he's going for another lap. This will be his last lap then for Iceman, looking to provide support to his teammate starting on provisional pole. So he starts his last flying lap more than likely. If he does invalidate this, he might have just enough time to get out for another lap. Don't know if he has the tires for it, but he could, as Mint does retire from the session, confident that he will have pole position and confident enough to not do a third lap to save those set of softs. Talked about before how he likes to do that. We did see Iceman up 500ths on his personal best. See him heading into the chicane here, down onto the second back straight, keeping it nice and wide, getting as good of an exit as he can, eats up the battery to get as much torque out of the rear end as possible. So he comes across sector 2. He's down. He is down 2/10. We have seen his teammate come through the same sector line down a tenth and find 2/10. But Iceman's going to have to find some serious time if he wants some improvement here. Or if he's smart, he could bail into the pits to try and get a new set of softs to find some improvement. But that is a strategy call on his part, as he's going mega wide through the square corner. I think yes, he has bailed. Does he pit, though, for a new set? He has just enough time. If he wants to, he will. Iceman into the pits. He's going to have to go out very, very quickly here to try and get a last lap in. Master and Sarkles out for a third and final lap. They are on their out laps now. 5-star and That Man has started his first and last lap. That Man looking to join the 22 times towards the front row. Looking to provide Mint with a challenge for once. Mint was challenged last night by our Season 3 World Champion 77 GT, aka F4, but he's not here tonight as he is watching the much more entertaining Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona. I have that on my second screen that I'm peering between, but this is actually a really good qualifying session, so I haven't been paying attention. Is That Man a 52 through Sector 2? I'm not quite sure if that's good or not. I'm also not sure how accurate that is. I only saw it just at the end there. A lot less ERS than before compared to other drivers, but we saw the same from other drivers who were able to get into the top times. So you might not need as much ERS through the end of Sector 3. McLaren looking to start their last lap just ahead of That Man. As That Man crosses the line, he will want to put himself close to pole, and he doesn't. It's a 123.0 for That Man, currently P5. Baja looking to find improvement. Nitro looking to find improvement. Master out there finding improvement now. Sarkles behind as well. That is now what That Man is going to want to see. MLB on his outlap now too. Sarkles comes across the line to start his last lap. Sarkles going for 3 laps this time around. Not quite sure if that will be the right call depending on how many safety cars we see. We talked earlier about safety cars. I do not see them playing a big factor unless people really get their elbows out, which is entirely possible in the last round with a tight midfield championship. Saw a lot of drivers join in late, so there's a lot of points up for grabs and a lot of positions up for grabs in the midfield. Deathwing currently P10 and his teammate P13 in the qualifying session. They are going to want to find double points to try and put Mercedes past up a position in the Constructors' Championship. As the game gives us possibly the worst camera angle known to man, we will cut back to the McLaren ahead. Sarkles looking to find 2/10, and he is up 2/10 on this time so far. Let's see what he can do through the third sector. We'll cut back to McLaren as he crosses the line. He does find some improvement. It's only 4,000, so it's not enough to get a position, but is it enough to defend from Sarkles? Sarkles coming through the end of Sector 3, going through the square corners. So he comes around, pushing the X as much as he can. He does have a kick ahead of him. A lot of drivers now on an outlap. We see a lot of yellow flags to avoid impeding each other as Sarkles crosses the line. He was up 2/10. He does. He goes faster than Nitro and the McLaren with a 23.3. He found 3/10 worth of an improvement on that lap. It was a very good lap for Sarkles there as he quickly gets out of the way, as he should. Deathwing jumped up to P9 with a new lap time as well. I thought I saw some change up here, but maybe it was just someone finding some improvement. iRacing looking to find improvement on his outlap. He will start now. Baja 23.0. I think that was the improvement that I saw. I think it was Baja going to P5. I think he was at 23.1 and now at 23.0. We are seeing a decent gap from the top field to the midfield of 3/10 so far, but the midfield all within 1 singular tenth of each other. You do not see that often, ladies and gentlemen. That is some very, very nice stuff to see. Very, very nice. I think this will be a very good race. So long as we keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen, it will be very, very good. Both in the top and midfield. I really wish I had a second commentator to be able to watch all these fights go down. I'm going to be stressing out my fingers trying to bounce between these drivers to find all of the overtakes. Kick not finding much improvement at all and is still P15, P16 last on the current grid. iRacing Noob looking to find improvement to try and squeeze into the top 3 as Snook Me Bane goes P2 with a 22.79. Quad still looking on his lap. He does go quicker than Snook Me Bane. Quads 22.779. Snook Me Bane 22.791. iRacing crosses the line. It will be P2 20. Oh my goodness. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Mint showing dominance once more. 3/10 pole position with iRacing New P2, Quads P3, Snook Me Bane P4, P2 to P4, all within 300ths of one another. Bro, Kit gave me dirty air, so I lost half of a tenth on my lap. Oof. That is rough to hear from you, Quads. Unless that was you, Snook. I think that is actually you, Snook. Yeah. That's unfortunate to hear. But, I mean, you guys are all so close together in these timings through qualifying. Everyone is so close. We have a well-defined top field, well-defined midfield that are all just so close within each other. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. This is how you end out a season. Yeah, just look at these times. +5, +5, +5, +8, +9, +9, +1. My goodness. That is so close to one another. Meant another strong pole position for him with a 2.82 gap over P2. As we look down the field, we do see some back markers looking to make a name for themselves at the end of Season 3. Going into Season 4, they will want to find a seat or retain their seat, depending on their situation. So we head into the race. Drivers are confused whether they want a one-stop or a two-stop. It is a high-tire day, high-temp track. So it'll be interesting to see as we don't see any rain on the horizon, thankfully. That would have made for some pretty good action, but I think these drivers want a semi-calm race. Yeah, a lot of people complaining about the kicks through Sector 3 and impeding, which is unfortunate to hear. Typically, the slower guys are going to want to get out of the way from other guys pretty quickly. Hopefully, no one readied up early. I'm not seeing any messages about it, which is good. Just waiting for people to... Oh, okay, well, never mind. Iceman did start early, I guess. Deathwing just fully outing him there. Okay. So they will be rushed to get their setups and tires good as we see the grid lining up for the formation lap. Go ahead and get our fun stuff back up. Looking down the grid, Mint P1, iRacing New P2 with a close call to Quads, who is P3, which was a close call to Snook, and P4. Baja finding 1 cent of improvement, goes P5. Nitro finding some pace, finally P6. I That Man struggling out here, P7. Sarkles looking to pick up some more points for Aston Martin, P8. MLB looking to pick up double points for Red Bull in P9. Deathwing and his teammate needing good points for Mercedes, P10. The only running McLaren, P11. Iceman, P12. The Legate Dama, or something or other, P13 for the Haas. Zaro and the other Mercedes, P14, and both kicks line up along the back row. If you're just joining us, we are in for a very good race, guys. The top field is so close together. The midfield is so close together. The backfield is so close together. This is going to be a good race. We see a tenth between the midfield and 300ths between the top field. So this is certainly a showdown to the end. So we are just lining up for the formation laps. Drivers putting on a show one last time for Season 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tires real quick. Every single driver except 2, the McLaren and the Haas, have opted for the mediums. I told Baja that he should probably start on the mediums as it does open up your options much more than any other tire to start on. Master opting for a 2-start. This is a clear 2-start for the McLaren. He's going to look to get some easy positions early on the soft tire and get into the points, but he will be on a 2-stop. He will definitely be begging for his safety car at some point during this race, as well as Dahmer in the Haas, starting P13 on the hards. I don't know if that will be the right call. I think an overcut here early on will not work in P13, unfortunately. Everyone else is on the medium tire as expected. As usual, we will start a little bit down the field and focus on them to try and capture as much of the action all the way up and down the field as we can on race start. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we see Mint, our pole position runner, lining up on the grid, the last car to do so. And we will see 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. It's a slow start from the whole field, it looks like, honestly. The Williams diving out early. The Aston Martin of Quads diving out early. Mint has a good start. They go 3 wide through turn 1. Quads up to P2. iRacing dropping P4, P5. iRacing is actually in the lead. It was Mint who dropped back. I got confused with the liveries there. My bad on that one. But Mint currently P3. As we look back down the field, Snook dropping back rapidly. A lot going on in the race as it stands. iRacing new P1. We see some damage from an Aston Martin and a Mercedes, I believe. Trying to keep up with these guys as they go through. Looks like the Aston Martin Quads is through. Mint looking to catch back up and get some positions back on these guys as they go 2 wide in the back between the Haas and the Red Bull. McLaren also on the soft tire looking to make up some positions. He is on the better tire compound that fires up faster as it goes around the outside of circles. P7, P11 to P7 for the McLaren. That's a very good start for him there as the Haas goes side by side with the Red Bull down the back straight. Mint looking to get a position back to claim back his lead that he lost out into turn 1. Quads on the back of iRacing. iRacing current race leader, ladies and gentlemen. Looking down the field, ooh, we see a spin there from a Haas. The Haas of Baja has spun there and lost half of his front right wing. We see a lot of drivers go wide into the next chicane, as I think the Aston Martin and Alpine ahead of him all have wing damage as well. I think we're going to see a lot of pits coming into the end of the first lap here. Nitro and Slick Bane at the bottom of the field. Don't know what happened to them. We unfortunately missed out on that, or I might have seen it but wasn't focused on it, as we do see Baja into the pits. I think he is the only one pitting so far. He did appear to have a lot of damage there, unfortunately. Mint looking to make an easy move of Quads, goes down the inside into the tight hairpin, and he looks to have this move done very easily and should still have DRS and a nice slipstream to defend from behind. Looking down the order for more positions gained, it looks like everyone's getting away pretty nicely. The kick of 5-star Noah up to P11 with Zaro behind. Nitro and Stinky Bane and Aha all looking to make up some positions before the end of the race here. Mint on the rear end of iRacing. I think he'll have this move done before the mid part of this straightaway. I think iRacing actually might be at threat to Quads behind. Quads closing in to the braking zone. I think he's safe for now. Goes a bit wide. Won't have as good of an exit there. We have a strong DRS train up front with behind. We see some wheel-to-wheel action between Iceman and Deathwing. Deathwing losing out to Iceman, I believe, as 5-star Noah drops down to P13. Up ahead, iRacing Noob on the back. And That Man on the back of Quads. Red Bull P4, P5 would be a very, very good finish for them if they can hold it out. Mint sets the fastest lap, reclaiming his lead over the race. Exactly what Mint would want is, well, I wouldn't say exactly, as he did lose the lead. He did regain the lead very quickly, though. Baja also on a time penalty. See what that is. As a 10-second infringement, that is not good, and he will have to serve that soon. As we see circles on the back of the McLaren on the soft tire. Don't know when those will end up failing on him. That Man on the back of Quads and a DRS train from P1 to P4. Nitro getting by 5-star Noah. They're wheel-to-wheel as they come onto the straightaway. It looks like Nitro has just squeezed out ahead of the Kick Sauber. Looking back down the field, That Man stays behind Quads coming down the second back straight. Cutting back to the McLaren and Iceman. Sarkles actually got by the McLaren. I missed that, trying to catch up with what was going on behind. Sarkles now P6. McLaren now at threat to Iceman behind. Iceman does have a loss of a front right end plate on his front wing. It's unfortunate from him. We did see some damage going on early in the first lap. Might see some more incident reports that could decide some championship placements. Deathwing on the back of this fight. We see DRS trains P1 to P4, P5 to P10 is all a DRS train. That is big points up for grabs. That is all just a DRS train. Big, big points. Deathwing looking to make up a place in the DRS train. On the McLaren, the Alpine looking to jolt out. We might see them. Nope, they will not go 3 wide there. But that Mercedes giving that Alpine a little bit of a tap, sending them towards the McLaren. That might actually have been perfect for the Alpine, as they just misses out on the window to overtake. Iceman looking to possibly send it down the inside on a broken front wing, showing that he still has the pace over the softs on the McLaren. McLaren, the lone runner, has no teammate to help him. Alpine running low on ERS, as is the McLaren. The most ERS is Deathwing in the Mercedes. He dives down the outside of the Alpine. As the Alpine goes down the inside of the McLaren, Deathwing is through both of the drivers as they go 2 wide into the corner. That was absolutely beautiful stuff from Deathwing. Perfect ERS management and perfect execution. Beautiful double overtake on the McLaren and beautiful double overtake from Deathwing there. He rides P7. Quads 3/10 off of iThatMan ahead, who is out of DRS of iRacing Noob, currently P2. We see Satiny and Nitro duking it out back. Nitro struggling to get through the kick sours of the backfield as we see the kick cutting off the Nitro a little bit there. Nitro will want to have this move done. Bro, Nitro is ruining the kick's race. From what I just saw, the kick kind of just slapped him out of the way there, and the kick just put him in the wall as we cut to him. That is some comedic timing there if I've ever seen it. And I think confirms that I was right in saying they're kind of ruining his race. Nitro certainly has more pace than him, and he would have wanted an easy overtake there. Quads still in the DRS of iThatMan, but still falling out. Circles in the DRS of MLB. Current podium, Mint iRacing iThatMan. iThatMan made some big gains early on in the race and is looking to hold them out. As we see a Mercedes falling out, currently P12 now. Not quite sure what happened to him. He might have just had a little moment there on some used tires. As we see the kicks now gaining on the Mercedes. Not quite sure what's going on with him. Master and Dahmer fighting it out now, wheel to wheel, going through the double chicane onto the back straight. McLaren just losing out. Satiny and the other kick rotating positions, and they hit each other. I think I can't tell which one, but these two are absolutely just punching each other in the face currently. I do not think that that Nitro is ruining his race. I think they might have been messing up his a bit there. It's a bold statement saying that Nitro is messing up their race. We are starting to lose out on the DRS train as people are settling into pace and losing out on tires. This is forming more into the strategy. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tires. The hards are running in P9 and the sauce P10. Master made up a good amount of positions, but is quickly losing grip on those soft tire compounds. He might be in the next couple of laps here. Go ahead and take a look at the position change. Top 2 stay the same. iThatMan, big gainer, up 4 positions. Quads losing out currently on the podium. MLB up 4 as well. Red Bull showing some good points today. Circles up 2. Deathwing is up 3. Iceman up 4 as well as Dahmer. We see a lot of people up 4 positions. Masters up 1. Snook Me Bane down 7 positions. Something happened to him in turn 1 that we didn't quite catch, as well as with Nitro. So we see a yellow flag of the Mercedes again through the same section on the track. Losing out there. Not quite sure what's going on with him, but he is certainly struggling through that bit of Sector 1. Cutting back over, we have both kicks up 3 positions, still outside the points. Zaro staying where he started. Baja on a 10-second time penalty, down 10 positions, and Nitro down 10 positions as well after squabbling with the kicks. iRacing now 2/10 onto the race leader of Mint. iRacing might be finding a bit more tire pace as we pick up our first track limit time penalty to the McLaren of Master. Right on board with iRacing as he hunts down another race win. Not quite sure what is happening with Zaro, but he certainly doesn't have confidence in the car, or he might just be on AI mode. Not quite sure what is going on there. We see the Haas of Legate in P9 and the DRS of P8 Iceman. iRacing looking to have a good exit here. Snook and Master both into the pits now. We said that Master might be into the pits in the next couple of laps, and as we do see him in, 5-star Noah picks up the next time penalty of 3 seconds. Not quite sure why Snook is into the pits. I think he is a medium tire runner, so he might be going for a 2-stop here. Surely pitting this early, anyone will be on a 2-stop. We have gotten clean so far without any safety cars. Now, iRacing Noob is going to either want to stay behind and pull away with Mint and fight him at the end, or get this move done cleanly. You do not want to back into iThatMan and quads. These two guys are threats that you need to take into consideration. If you back up into them, they will be hounding you for positions. So we see Snook and Master actually exchanging positions on the exit from the pits. Master now running behind Snook. Might be looking for a move down the inside, but I think he is just too far back to make that position back up. Iceman now on the back of the Haas. Looks like iRacing is dangerously close as well as Baja makes up a place on Saturday. Saturday making a dangerous move back down the inside. Might be looking to force that Haas a bit wide as iThatMan goes into the pits. Baja goes wide off the track there. These Haas's are certainly a force to be, or Haas's, but kicks are certainly a force to be reckoned with how they are driving tonight. Certainly might be some reports coming their way. Baja looking to just pull away to get out of that dirty driving. iRacing Noob still within 3 to 4 tenths of Mint. This time on the back straight, he is saving his ERS and knows that if he wants to attack, it's going to have to be down the next straight. But Mint doing the same. Mint has doubled the ERS and didn't use any on that straightaway. Mint has excellent ERS management. We have seen that from him, and it will be shown here now. Who can get the top speed down? Whose setup is faster? Mint hitting 195. I think Mint's one. Oh, but iRacing Noob 201 with that DRS. I think Mint might be running a bit lower of a setup as iRacing Noob stays behind. Iceman now looking to make up a position on the gate Dahmer. I think he's going to be too far back to make a lunge there. Baja now 2 seconds ahead of the kick that was giving him trouble earlier. Positions stay where they're at. As Zaro DNFs, we see him absolutely get murdered as we cut to what would be our best view of him. Not quite sure how that happened down the straightaway there. We saw Master with some damage now. So certainly something happened between Master and Zaro as we see a safety car. This is critical. This is critical. We see the top 3 come in. Anyone who had made a stop before is now officially shit out of luck. iThatMan out of luck. Snook out of luck. Master out of luck. 5-star Noah out of luck. This is a big mix-up. We're also not necessarily in the one-stop window. We see a lot of people strapping on the hard tire. I think that is the right call. One-stop or two-stop, you're wanting the hard tire right here, right now. Take these as long as you can and hope on another safety car. Nitro, 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. That might be something that he will have looked at to be revoked. I have had that happen to me before, and it is quite frustrating. So surely that will get revoked from him. So we do have a ping. We'll go ahead and check that out. Just observing the cars now after the first round of pits. I don't know. I got an at and then... Oh, Master's game crashed. That might be why Zaro crashed. He told me to invite him, but I don't think I have him on my list. Let me check. Oh, Nitro Deathwing. I don't have him on that list. So looking at the pits, the Gate Dahmer, who started on the hards, stays out on 8-lap-old hards, currently P2. Also stayed out Nitro P10 with 4-lap-old hards. Satiny pit for mediums. Everyone on the grid is on hards except for Satiny currently. iRacing Noob in a good position, currently P2. He will have to get past Legate Dahmer here on track. I think Legate might be still wanting to get the one-stop done here today, and this will be good for his chances at a one-stop. He will still have to pit within the window of all these guys on a two-stop now. So it is a bit iffy gauging out which would be faster between a 1- and 2-stop in conditions like these. We'll go ahead and take a look at the positions changed after these pits. Legate Dahmer up 11 positions after opting not to pit. iRacing Noob down 1, Quads is down 1. That man MLB up 2, up 3. Seeing a lot less positions gained. Snook still down 9 positions. Like I said, it was a big loss for him. Baja down 10 positions in 15th. It's unfortunate to see from him as well. Satney and 5-star Noah are both up a couple of positions, still outside of the points. Sarkle's only up 1 position, where Deathwing and Iceman are up 2 and 3, and Nitro down to 4, rounding off the points. Nitro, I would say, is on a unworthy time penalty of 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flag. Certainly just a glitch in the game that he just couldn't avoid. I've had that happen to me before, and it is stupid. People asking Sarkles now what his wings are that he's running, as this man is flying. Sauber is joking and just kept trying to break my wing, and he broke it as well. Yeah, no, Baja, we did see how that Sauber was driving, so yeah, that is unfortunate. I think there might be some penalties going those guys' ways, as I think they were also messing with Nitro a good amount. I don't think we will see safety car in this lap, but it has yet to reach the point where it will be called. It is safety car in this lap. Safety car in, safety car in. So we will see Mint control the pace. We have seen Mint control the pace before. L Judgment, yeah. You said it was a spin. I don't remember. As Mint is underway, it's a good start across the Haas. The Haas way far back. Iceman picks up a penalty immediately on the cars behind. Mint having a beautiful start, up 1.4. iRacing Noob is going to have to get past him if he wants any chance at a win here tonight. He might be sending it down into the next turn here, as he does. I predicted that one pretty well, I might say. iRacing Noob ahead, forces him wide, and Quads is looking to gain a position as well. He's on the taillights of the Haas behind, reading the fine print on that taillight pretty well, I would say. He dives to the inside, should have this move in the books on the hard tires that are old. Actually, he doesn't. He has backed out of that one and still remains side by side and is through the chicane. Well done from him. Snook picking up a time penalty. All cars on the backfield except for Baja currently on time penalties. And the Legate now P4 after restarting P2. iRacing Noob 2.2 off of the back of Mint. He's got some work to do if he wants any attempt at winning this race, as we see the Red Bulls attacking, the Aston Martins attacking. A lot going double wide now through the next bit of the track. A lot of positions changing hands, especially with this Haas on the older tires. It's going to send a big mix-up through the field as the Red Bull's being held up now, and maybe at threat from the Aston Martin behind of Sarkles. DRS is enabled now as we see a Williams dive down the inside on the, what was that? It was Nitro. It was Nitro and the Williams. They are still in the file that they started that corner with, but that looked to be a pretty nifty move from that Williams. Don't see moves there that often. Cutting it back up through the order, we are still single file. iRacing Noob dropping off another half a second on the car ahead. Sarkles defending from the Mercedes behind, going to the inside, corrupting his exit a little bit. He might be vulnerable to Deathwing behind him. He does have DRS, he does have ERS, he does have a slipstream, but isn't enough. The Red Bull is through the Haas. The Aston Martin looks to be through the Haas, and the Mercedes backs off of the Haas. This is good for Sarkles if he can get ahead of the Haas and put him and the Haas between the Mercedes. As the Mercedes cuts through the inside, I think the Alpine also might be looking to get through the Haas here as well. He is looking to have that move done, but the Haas is fighting back with DRS and ERS and actually holds off the Mercedes. I thought that both cars would have it in the books, but it looks to be only the Haas that has it, or the Mercedes that has it done. Williams on the back of Nitro pushing very hard now, as we see a double wide, triple wide? I'm not quite sure what I'd even call that. The Williams now cutting up through the field, gets ahead of the V-Carb. Very nicely done from him. So we see 5-star Noah time penalty as Baja gets through the kick as the kick has smacked the wall and retired and left the session. As we see Dahmer into the pits, he knows that it was not the right call. It looks like we do have a VSC or a full safety car. It might be VSC by the looks of it, and it's just not telling me. Based off the pace that we're seeing here, I would 10-second time penalty to Baja for causing a severe collision. Certainly that will be reviewed after the race, as this Haas that I'm looking at has been absolutely through a war zone with the kick Saubers. As the kick just murders the Haas of Baja, Satney picking up a yellow time penalty because of it. This is absolutely distasteful stuff that we're seeing from the kick, as we think we're going to see a murder attempt here. And we do. My goodness, what is that? What are these drivers doing? This is not what you want to see from a season finale, guys. That is disgusting. I think that is 2 league bans to both kick Saubers there, based off of how we have seen them driving so far tonight. As the Haas of the gate lets his teammate back through, who is now missing a full front wing. That will certainly be a tough discussion to have with the league staff, as that will bring out a full course safety car now. I know Baja, and I've driven with him before. He is an aggressive driver, but he's also a smart driver and knew that there was podium chances tonight. I do not see him overly aggressing 2 guys that were a second and a half off of qualifying pace. So definitely interesting to see the verdicts on that. As well, the kicks were messing with Nitro a good amount earlier in this race. So, who is also the league owner, might I say. So it's going to be hard to say that the kicks were innocent when you're fucking with the league owner. So, yeah, that's going to be an interesting debate post-race. We'll try and keep an eye on that as we go out through the safety car. I'm checking the Discord for you guys. Looking at the Discord, I'm not really seeing much, except for Rez calling the Saubers stupid. Yeah, I think that everyone knows that the Saubers are at fault here. So we will definitely be interested in the post-race interviews with the drivers to figure out what the hell was going on this race. But yeah, it's certainly going to be some penalties post-race, that's for certain. You're clowning Sauber for having 13 engineers just to misuse the ERS and be a second and a half off of quality pace. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what a team is doing when they can't get into the 25s with 13 race engineers. It is quite impressive that they are backmarkers with engineers. I will agree with our race champion 77 GT who just said that. Snook saying that he's trying to car through the field right now, and I do agree with that one. I don't think we see safety car in this lap. I think we will have one more lap to go before we see that. Yeah, no, I think that there will be no debate of who was at fault. I need an interview ASAP, says Baha. I agree too, Baha. I really agree. Can't do much when commentator only watch people in the front. Well, unfortunately for you guys, murder doesn't look good on the league's stream. So, no, we will not. As that man pits, he might have accidentally picked up damage, following a car behind. Also, to note to the Sauber engineers, you can easily watch your driver's live stream. There's a feature in Discord called Stream, and you can use that. Just saying, I've done it before. as we do lose 3 viewers immediately. I think that would be the 3 viewers of the Sauber engineers. That would be Dipshit 1, Dipshit 2, Dipshit 3 that we have lost on the viewer count, unfortunately. So we should see racing underway here momentarily. Yep, we do see safety car in this lap. Mint will once again regain control over the race pace, this time with iRacing behind him and quads as well. Circles up to P5, good on him. Deathwing P6, Deathwing's teammate out of this race. Nitro back into the points on a unhardy time penalty. We saw Mint with an excellent race restart last time around. We hope to see that again. I am regretting not saying we will see many safety cars, but I didn't expect there to be murder attempts. Take a real quick look at position change. Big gainer MLB The Show with his teammate, now P12. He made that late stop under safety car and lost out a bunch of positions because of it. As Mint gets underway, looks to be another strong restart from him. Snook Me Bane 10-second time penalty. Or no, it's, yes, 10 seconds to Snook Me Bane for a big collision with Iceman under the safety car. That is huge for him. We'll take a look at the penalties real quick just to make sure that all the cars are getting away nice and cleanly. Snook licking the car through the field now with a 10-second time penalty. We see Haas on the back of the McLaren looking to have a clean switchback. He is mediums to hard. We'll check out the tires and everything once things settle down, as this is a very heated race for many reasons. Snook Me Bane gets through Iceman, and we see some positions change at the backfield currently. See a lot of slipstreams going on. iRacing Noob a second off of Mint already. This is critical for Mint and iRacing Noob to get within that window. We see a lot of positions changing hands, some damage going on, some ghosting going on, some time penalties going on. My goodness, guys. I knew it would be close, but my goodness. So we see Master on the back of the Haas looking to regain a position. It's a nice move down the inside, classical, and a switch back from the Haas. This is classic overtaking and defending kick. Engineers should be taking notes from this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is good, clean, hard racing, as the Haas underestimates how much space there was and swings it into the McLaren. My goodness, that is unfortunate for the McLaren, picking up a nice bit of damage and falling back to the back of the field. I'm going to be honest, without reviewing that move, I'm going to say racing incident, but that could easily be called a time penalty. But that at first glance is a racing incident to me. Snook really hard on the back of Iceman with some hard lag as well. We'll check out that Discord ping in a second, as things still have yet to settle down at the back of the field. 2 tenths between each other for 3 car lengths. Master in the pits with that damage. We'll see if Nitro can hang on to his position with how much the DRS train is behind, as we see Snook and Iceman still battling it out for position. Snook on some really heavy lag right now. We look behind them. We're going to look down the whole straight here. Up front, we're seeing some calmness for once in this league's lifetime, as Baja is through Nitro. Nitro, we question if he could hold on to position through there. Snook still unable to get through Iceman. Snook dives down the inside. MLB The Show getting past Quads. Quads fighting back for the last podium position. Quads is through. Baja gets through. Eye That Man or defended from him. I can't really tell. Eye That Man and Nitro going side to side. Think Nitro has it, but no, Eye That Man squeezes through on the inside. Beautiful stuff from him. Gets a little bit of a front lock, but holds out the position going into the next set of turns. Iceman now behind Snook. Snook finally getting through, looking to catch up to Deathwing in P6. Nitro falling down to P12 behind the Haas. Nitro, unfortunate race for him, having a really good qualifying session and just falling out. We look ahead to see what's happened. Circle's still P5, MLB The Show P4. I think we're in a position to review. Oh my gosh. Okay, positions changed. MLB up 5, Circle's up 3, Deathwing up 4, Iceman now up 5. We really got to take a look at the time penalties. Snook down 4, Baja's down 4, who was down like 12 or 13. He's been dead last like 2 times this race, and the guy's in the points. So you got to give him props to that. Eye That Man down 3, Legate Dahmer down up 2, Nitro down 6, who has also made a pretty good recovery, and Master down 2 and far off the back of the field. We see a lot of positions still wanting to change hands here. Take a look at the penalties because there's a lot being handed out currently. I think a lot will be under review as well. So I misspoke earlier saying that Baja picked up a time penalty for a collision with the kick, but it was the kick that picked up a time penalty for the collision on Baja, thankfully. As it looks like that man is through Baja, and Baja's teammate gets through when he was pushed to the inside there. Baja might be telling his teammate to let him through, as he does seem to have a good amount of pace. So looking at the time penalties, Deathwing is the lowest with 3, Snook on 13, Iceman on 6, Nitro on 13. I believe that will be reduced to 3 after the race. Master on 6. We will go ahead and take a look at this Discord ping that I had real quick. Looking at the Discord. I don't know. Oh, I got a PM. That was junk. Okay, never mind. I thought it was something in this league. Never mind. My goodness. Thought it might have been the kicks or something that pinged me, but nope. They were too slow to text me. It is being reported that all the kick team has left. So if you are a reserve driver in tonight's race, rewatching, or you are watching and you are a reserve and you want to see it, there is a position open as that man moves to the outside of Iceman. Iceman struggling on a damaged front wing, but I think that man, yes, has equal damage to his front wing. Seeing quite a fair amount of damage being handed out. As we said, this is the season ender. So a lot of people are going to drive with their hearts on the line tonight. I thought, oh yes, we did. I was confused why the penalties were still showing, but that's just how it naturally is. Deathwing on the outside of Sarkles. Sarkles looking to hold out for good points in P5. Baja dropping off the back of his teammate. I do not see damage on that car, but he may be struggling on the tires. His teammate looking to move down the inside of the Alpine. Don't think he's got it, as his teammate picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Nitro, end of the pits. The Alpine also running on front wing damage. So I pick up a second ping. Hold on. This one might be DLR. Yes, it is. As 77 is propping me for that burn. So we look down the field, we're seeing a lot of settling in finally after the safety car and damage phases. Nitro currently running P13 after big lock from the Red Bull there. Nitro P13 after having to make another stop. Nitro not having a fortunate race after having shown good pace in qualifying. It's unfortunate for him. Looking up at front, iRacing is 2.5 off of Mint and P1. That man picks up a 3-second time penalty. That is critical for his position in the points as he dives into the pits. We were seeing these hard tires, I think, finally fading off from that first stop. Yes, we are seeing 12 laps on the hards, all from P1 to P8. We might be seeing a second stop from them. They could definitely stretch this to the end, but let me tell you, they are not going to enjoy their time on track if they do. But they could do it. 8 laps on the mediums for Legate and Baja. I don't think that they will last on those to the end. That's an iffy one to judge, honestly. 8 laps with 8 laps to go. So we see the Haas move down the inside of Iceman. I think he has a textbook move in the books. So they go wheel to wheel through the chicane and come out. I think the Haas is going to have the top line speed, and the Alpine has the DRS. Going to see a bit of a pushback as Baja returns on scene to his teammate. Iceman out of ERS, pinching in on the Haas. We've seen the Haas go through here before and make it out on the inside, but the Alpine holds the outside and gives him a little brush off. gives the Haas a bit of a good exit, and they brush again, bringing Baja right on scene here. Baja looking to see that Alpine open up, and he does, and he backs out of it last second there. He might have been able to make a move there. See Sarkles on the back of his teammate, on the back of MLB The Show. We have seen Aston Martin make beautiful double overtakes before, and we might be seeing them make one again if quads can open up MLB The Show for a P3, P4 for Aston Martin. That man, or Iceman, picks up another time penalty. All these guys on equal tires. If quads can open up this, yes, go to the inside. You do not want the outside there. Your best bet to get a double overtake is to force him wide and down the inside. He doesn't have it, but I think Aston Martin's going to have a good run down this straightaway here as we see him on the tail. Sarkles right on the tail as well. He's going to want the slipstream from his teammate. I think he's going to be too far back into this corner, but possibly going through the chicane. No, they do not go wheel to wheel. Sarkles was hoping that they would go wheel to wheel and he'd be able to pick up that position for free. Now he will have to fight against MLB, who will have the DRS on his teammate, Quads. MLB closer to Quads than Sarkles is to MLB. MLB fighting back with a lunge down the inside. That is a bit iffy in the rule book, I would say, but they both keep it moving without damage, which is important. Definitely an iffy move, though, from MLB there. A bit late on the turn in. Sarkles looking to pick up the pace to get back onto these guys. He looks to be struggling in the understeer of the wake of the cars ahead. So it looks to be the only on-track battle besides Iceman and the DRS of the Gate Dahmer. Different strategies from those guys, though, where these guys are all on the same strategy, which is push to the end. 6 laps remain in DLR's Season 3 championship. Sarkles wanting his teammate to hold up MLB The Show now. Iceman still on the back of Dahmer. Still a ways off, though, for an overtake. Quads now at threat from the car behind. He's going to probably want to take the inside here if MLB is to get to him. He does not. He is too far back. Sarkles closing in as well, ready to pounce whenever the time comes. We've seen Sarkles play a beautiful strategy game before, as we see a yellow sector 1 of Master and Nitro. Not sure what happened with them there. So we do see Quads go down the inside and the Red Bull taking the outside. Quads sticking with a good exit, but Quads still right on the back of the Aston Martin. So we right on board with Sarkles, looking to find his moment. Sarkles knows to pick his moment correctly, and this might be it as he gets pushed a little bit wide and pushed off the racing line by MLB after MLB went too deep. We're seeing a lot of front right grain on the Aston Martin of Sarkles. He might have a good moment here down the next DRS straightaway, but these tires do not look to be holding up very well. I think that these drivers that are still out there on the hards out front are wanting to go to the end, but like I said a couple laps ago, they are not going to enjoy their lives going to the end on these tires. These tires look absolutely cooked. Honestly, if I am Snook Me Bane, who I believe is on the same hards, yes, Snook is on the same hards, you're on a difficult race, you're on some time penalties, I would have chanced it for a 2-stop. All these guys out front are on a 1-stop. Chancing for a 2-stop would have been nice, as Master DNFs into the wall, which does bring out a full course safety car. Here's your 2-stop. This is golden for all these guys out front. I would say Aston Martin's going to double pit. Sarkles won't lose out a position because of it. Snook is too far back. All these guys are coming in for a set of softs. Mint has strategically saved a set of softs. I think that this is the second race in a row where we have seen this come into play. iRacing Noob also, I believe, should have a fresh set of softs. I'm not quite sure about the rest of the field. I wasn't paying too much attention to their qualifying runs, but this is a prime example of 2021 Abu Dhabi. So we will see cars coming into the pits. We will pull up the tire menu to see what each and everyone has. Baja on fresh softs. So Baja will not need to make another stop and will be good to the end. His tires will certainly be less than that of cars around him, but he should be able to pick up a couple of free positions. I think. It'll be close, but he might get a position. I think he might get Deathwing, but I don't think he gets Iceman, as we do see this pack of 3 coming into the pits. Mint fresh softs. iRacing Noob is also fresh softs, I believe. We'll see when he comes out of his pit box. Yes, he is. Fresh softs for him. Fresh softs for quads. Fresh softs for MLB. Circles, fresh softs as well. Iceman stays out? Iceman on severe penalties. Yeah, Iceman on 9 seconds worth of penalties might be playing the craziest team game we have ever seen here. 9 seconds worth of penalties, 16 lap old hards, P2 behind his teammate. Is this a crazy team call to bring Iceman into play to help Mint defend? Iceman possibly could have had points here. Oof. This is a tough call. Those are some old-ass hard tires. We will definitely keep an eye on Iceman and where he ends up at the end of this race, but he is going to be a quite literal sitting duck, but he will certainly be helping Mint defend from the cars behind for sure. It's definitely a risk worth gambling. I believe he went into the pits P8, P7, and he has come out P2. That's not a bad gamble, honestly. You're gambling that you can hold out your defensive maneuvers for 3 laps compared to attacking, as Dahmer picks up another 3-second time penalty. Not many drivers have penalties, but those that do have some pretty high ones. We did see Baja stay out as well, like we called, and Baja is now P8 behind his teammate. He might be asking his teammate to help him stay within DRS if they are communicating. Snook as well stayed out, currently P9 and a little bit old mediums. Not necessarily old to lose time, but they are old. Nitro only up 1 position after 5 laps on the R's. Baja saying he's driver of the day. It depends. Let me take a look at the positions change. Let me take a look. So positions change. Iceman up 10, but he's certainly going to fall back. Your teammate Baja is up 6 positions. It really depends at the end here. You're down 3 positions technically, but yes, you have had an incredible drive coming from last place like 2 or 3 times to come back into the points. It's certainly a contender for driver of the day for sure. So looking down the field, we have Iceman on the old hards. He is going to have the hardest last 2 laps of the DLR season any driver is ever going to see. He is going to have some very tough drivers, some very fast drivers on fresh softs to his smelted down hard tires on 9 seconds of time penalties. I think this is a strategic call in Alpine to say help me defend, and not a call of let's try and get some easy points, because 9 seconds of time penalties will, anywhere you go on a safety car restart this late in the race, will put you so far out of the points. I think this would be a call upon Alpine to do this. If not, it's a good timing. If they didn't call it, props to you on some good luck. Because either way, Iceman would drop out of the points, and this puts him in the best position to help out Mint. I don't think Mint necessarily needs the help, but it's certainly better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, as we get the safety car and this lap message pretty early on this time around. So we'll have 3 laps of racing to go. Mint for the 3rd time controlling the pace of this grid. Racing looking to get by Iceman as soon as humanly possible. And I don't think it'll be a challenge. I think on track position, Iceman falls down to P6, at least. At least that far. If not, spins out in the wall. These hards you cannot push on by any means. They're cold, they're dead, they're toast. Just don't let your dry beat toast as well. Finish out the last race of the season, unlike the double kick Sauber DNF. What? Who said that? As Mint goes? I think he is going. It looks like he is going. Yes, he is going. Mint is going. His teammate falls so far behind so early on. iRacing Noob already on the back of his teammate. I think he will have this in the books into turn 1. No, maybe on the exit. It looks like it's a clean move around the outside from iRacing. He gets through to P2. He got that done as fast as possible, but still loses out to 2 seconds to the leader ahead. It's like we said, Iceman goes wide, and the Aston should have an easy move down the inside on these dead hards. Yes, he does. We didn't think that he would defend much, but 2 seconds is the gap to the car ahead of iRacing, which would be the leader, Mint. Mint looking to bring home his 5th win in the league, as we see a caution, but I'm not quite sure why. Looking down the field, we see a Red Bull sticking out, Haas sticking out, and some positions changing hands. Circles down, up, down, up. So Haas of Dahmer gets through. Circles. Iceman falling out to P5 currently and losing more to the Haas. We said that he would drop back pretty far, and we are seeing that easily. He should be in this lap, honestly. iRacing 3 seconds to Mint. Mint, there's Mint's message. You have 2 laps to go. You have fresh softs. You have to bring home this 5th win. Full push. Look at his ERS. He is absolutely eating up any and all ERS. As we cut up back behind, we see a lot of positions changing hands. So we cut from the Mint Glaze. Quad still in the DRS of iRacing Noob. iRacing Noob could fall out to P3. MLB still on the back end of the podium DRS train. Iceman currently P8. Deathwing gets through that man. They go too wide into turn 1. Deathwing down the inside gets the move easily done. that man looking to have the position back. They go too wide. He pushes on Deathwing a little bit on the entry there, but it looks like they have gotten away clean for now. As we see some positions changing hands once more down the inside of the hairpin. Iceman on the dead tires is vulnerable to these cars at the back of the field. Surely he pits just to have an honorable race finish. We see them going 3 wide down the main straightaway on Iceman. Iceman, no ERS at all, is a sitting duck to both cars and loses out 2 positions and just a couple hundred feet. As now the Haas has spun around. I think that was Baja has been spun around by contact. Not quite sure who that was from. I think that might have been with the Mercedes of Deathwing. That man now looking to pick up the place on Iceman. It's unfortunate to see for him. Quads now on the back of iRacing Noob. Nitro 3-second time penalty. iRacing Noob will need to pick up the pace on this last lap if he wants to hold out to P2 in the end. As we see a couple of cars still overtaking Iceman in the back of the field, he is putting on a good defensive show, but those tires cannot hold up for anything. He has no ground to stand on, no tires to push on. As Deathwing makes easy work, it looks like a nice move down the inside. We don't see overtakes there very often. Deathwing, classy move, gives him space. It was well done from him. He moves on into the final points position. He didn't need that position with the time penalty Iceman has, but he wants any chance he has at more points on track, especially with the time penalties that everyone has. Quads 0.8 off of iRacing Noob, MLB 0.4 off quads. We might see a mix-up here as Circles 0.3 on the back of Damar. I think it's Damar. Damar makes more sense, doesn't it? Damar also on a time penalty. Circles making light work of this move. Damar should not fight this back that much as he is on a time penalty and just needs to finish the race to get as good of a result as he can. Circles with a beautiful switchback, forcing him wide. That is a classy switchback done from Circles. He will definitely watch that back with a smile on his face. Well done, Circles. Moves into P5 with no time penalties. Quads unable to make a move on iRacing. MLB unable to make a move on quads. Damar on the back of Circles still. I don't think he will fight that one off though. So we look on to Mint crossing through the end of Sector 3. We will be looking at our final corners of Season 3 of Dream League Racing with our race winner, Mint. He has participated in 5 races and won 4 of them with a 2nd place as he drifts across the final corner and wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with iRacing Noob P2 and Quads P3. Well done, gentlemen. You all certainly put on a show. And I think that the Kicks were putting on a UFC fight show for us. We'll take a look real quick at the positions changed at the end of this with the time penalties and all. And actually cut off before the end there. My goodness, I think we're going to spend about an hour on just driver interviews. My. My. And there we have it. Mint 5 races, 4 of them wins, 1 of them a 2nd place finish. Very, very good statistic that he can be proud of. iRacing Noob P2, certainly happy with that. I think that will secure him P2 in the championship with Mint P3 with only 5 races under his belt. And Quads rounds off the podium for Aston Martin. Very nicely done, gentlemen. Well done, DLR. 4 stops with 2 10-second penalties in 3 weeks. I want to sleep. Interview me fast, says Baha. My goodness. Cleanest driver, Mint, of course. Fastest lap, Mint, of course. Driver of the day went to Damar by default, and most overtakes went to Damar. Looking here, we will flash the full grid real quick, just so that way everyone can see it. Looking down, we have some big gainers. Damar, P8 from P13. I That Man stayed where he started. Sarkles, P8 to P5. MLB The Show, P9 to P4. And Snook down, P4 to P6. Deathwing, P10 to P9, picks up a couple points. Baja finished in the points somehow, P5 to P10, after he just stated 4 stops, 2 10-second time penalties, and 3 front wings. I'm not quite sure how that worked out. My. Let's look at the mayhem that is the Discord. I just realized this whole entire time I wasn't actually in the commentator's box. We wait to see what kind of interviews we can get. Let me leave the lobby real fast, because I always forget to do so. We do have Baha in the weight room, and he did say it's late for him, and there's no one else yet, so we will bring him in real quick. Baha, you there?
Yeah, I was just texting you.
Oh yeah. P5 to P10, 4 stops, 3 front wings, 20 seconds of time penalties. What happened?
Yeah, so I started the race
Yeah, everyone
just
starts
like
the
a
race.
normal driver. Yeah, I was very happy. I was very clean.
Uh-huh.
Then the Red Bull of the MLB something
Yep, MLB The Show.
just put me, yeah, just put me through to the wall in the last sector.
Oh, jeez.
Broke my wing,
Oof.
lost positions, went on the bets in the first lap.
Oh, my days.
Then to my bad luck, I was behind
The
the
kick
kickstopper.
salvers. Yep.
Yeah, I kept braking like 50 meters before the corner, and they still wait for me and to hit me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think we have
So
gotten word that
I,
their entirety of their team and all 18 of their race engineers have left the league, thankfully. I think the kick salvers will be a frontline news headline on the interviews tonight. My goodness, that was weird.
but everyone needs to thank me, man, because I took one of them out.
Yeah, oh, you.
I need to be thanked, man.
I don't know if you want to gloat about that on your interview, but I guess they can't report you for it. They were
They can't.
menaces.
They fucked me, man. I just took them out once. I took one of them. I waited for him. He was gonna dive bomb to hit me, so I just brake checked him, and he's done. That's why his teammate attempted to murder
I
me.
was wondering why his teammate attempted to murder you. Okay. Well, I guess there's that.
Yeah,
We'll see how that ends up since they did leave the league, and I believe they were driving dirty with the league owner. But anyways, props to you on that race, even though I think you probably had the most challenging race out of anyone with the best result. I think Nitro had probably an equally challenging race, but you were able to profit on the result with still 1 point. I don't think that really moves you up in the Drivers' Championship, though. I think that keeps you where you're at, unfortunately. But yeah, still good stuff
yeah,
from
man.
you.
I was just happy driving, man. I
Yep.
was alone the whole race. The safety car kept keeping me in the race. I just
Yeah.
was very far away.
Yeah, no, I think we had
Yeah.
2 or 3 safety cars that race. But thank you. I'll let you catch some sleep. Good race on you. And hopefully we'll see you next
Thank you,
season.
man.
See you, man.
Bye.
Okay, we will grab now P2. We'll go in chronological order. We don't have mint rating for us, but we do have iRacing new. Did I cut you off mid-conversation like I planned?
I wasn't talking, but someone else was talking, so not really.
Okay. Well, P2 to P2, right?
Yep, pretty clean, pretty decent race.
Yeah, no, I mean, so what were you thinking on that last safety car restart? Did you think that Iceman was really gonna hold you up, or did you think that you were gonna fly by him?
Honestly, I thought I was screwed under both safety cars because the same thing happened twice where Mint would get ahead, and then when I came out of the pits, another car was in between us. But the second time, it was his teammate. So I already knew he did that on purpose to hold me up
Yep.
and make sure he got the win. So
Yeah, he had 9 seconds with the time penalty, so I think that was a strategic call on Alpine to try and hold up and play a team game from him. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna glaze Mint a little bit. I don't really think he needed the help, unfortunately. He absolutely flew by on those last couple of laps away from you, with or without him. He really showed some good pace.
yeah, well, let's just say I don't push myself too down for that because at the start of the race, before the first safety cars came out,
Yeah.
I was able to stay with him. I think
Yeah, oh
without any
yeah.
safety cars, I probably could have been way higher.
Yeah, no, I think what was happening there was on those last couple of laps, it looked like Mint was eating up way more ERS than he usually does. As well, I think he was just balls to the wall on those soft tires. But no, for sure,
Yeah, for
props
me,
props to you for keeping up earlier in the race on the medium and hard stint. You were right there with him. Quads was for a little bit too. I mean, you all were really tight for those first few laps.
yeah, Quads was let's just say scaring me a little bit with his pace.
Yep,
Except for in sector three. Sector three I could pull away like crazy. But
that's
at
good.
the end, or throughout the entire race, I'm not the best at ERA saving. At the start of lap one and two, a lot of my ERS gets drained, and besides for that, I just make sure to start saving battery, and clearly it was working out for the first stint where no safety car was out because I was able to stay with them.
Yeah.
But also at the end, I couldn't push as hard as I wanted to because I had two warnings, and I did not want to get a 3 second with a chance of getting on the podium. So
Yeah, no, Quads showed some pace last weekend, last night, and he certainly did again tonight, rounding out the podium for Aston Martin. We actually have both the drivers in the chat there waiting after this one, but we're here for you right now. Another good result. I think that secures your P2 in the World Drivers' Championship. I think Mint was too far back to overtake you there with that finish, so that feels good having that secured, but it's not quite P1. Are we expecting an iRacing new P1 next season?
uh, yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I'm over the off season. Like I said last time,
yep.
I'm gonna be trying to work hard and get my pace up because clearly that's the only thing that holds me back. So yeah,
I mean, it
we'll
could
see.
always be in the setup too. You never know. You never know. Are we planning a vacation at VCarb still, or are you looking for a little bit switch up of scenery?
Well, let's just say my contract has ended, so
Ooh,
I'm sort of a free agent now,
I,
and we'll see if I get picked up or not.
yeah, I do think that we will see quite a few change-ups. I think that Kick might have some opportunities for you if you're looking for a spot there. I hear that they have a lot of race engineers that can help out really well. If that interests you at all.
Uh, not the top of my interest. I don't think not the top of my interest.
Well, that's good to hear that you have some new horizons coming for you, that you have good optimism going into season 4, that you were able to hold out for P2 in season 3 with a good result nonetheless at the end of the season. Thank you for that one, iRacing, and we wish you good luck in the off season.
Yep. Thank you. See you.
See ya, have a good night.
You too.
And we will go to P3 now with Quads. Quads, I cut you off mid conversation like planned. He's on mute. Quads, are you there? Quads. If you can hear me, you are on mute. Okay, we're going to put Quads back. Put him back into timeout. And then we're going to take Sarkles. Sarkles, are you there?
Hey,
Your
yeah,
teammate.
Quad's there, by the way.
He is? Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Quads, are you there?
I'm here.
Now he responds. Okay, we'll do both of yours at once. Screw it. I mean, you're on the same team. Why not? So Quads, P3, unable to convert last night. I'm sure you're happy with the podium tonight. It feels good, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. It was a good race.
Yeah, no, you showed a lot of pace similar to iRacing Noob. I just spoke with him and he said he was a little bit scared of you in the first stint there. You showed a lot of pace. Where were you at in the restart there? Did you have confidence that you could get iRacing Noob, or did you feel like P3 was all that you had in that car?
There was a time where I thought I was gonna get him. I was a bit under pressure from behind at the end. I think P3 was the max today. He was really quick.
Yeah, no, you showed don't dog on yourself, man. You are competing with some of the highest drivers that I honestly have ever seen race. And your teammate as well, Sarkos, had a pretty good race himself. I think it was what, P4 to P5? Or P like 7 to P5,
Uh,
P8 to P5, something like that.
yeah, I converted two up, so P5.
Yeah, we did catch a lot of action with you and your teammate attacking the Mercedes. I believe you both attacked at the same time, and you were trying to fight through with them. If you guys watch that back, you're gonna see a lot of Aston Martin action. There was a lot highlighting you two there tonight. Both got a very good race result tonight. How do you guys feel going into season 4 in the off season?
The
We're feeling pretty
You go
confident.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. The rebuild's coming. I got some good TP moves happening since I'm
Okay.
still under
Yeah. Temp
the
TP.
TP
Yeah.
role. Yeah. So,
So you both have plans to make routes at Aston Martin for season 4 with the team principal coming your way?
Yeah.
you'll see. Yeah, we got plans in action. I just can't
Yeah,
leak the surprise yet.
I'm excited to see all the driver moves, the TP moves, and everything. It's definitely gonna be something to keep an eye out for, especially now that Kick has about 20 positions open. I don't know if you guys are up to date on the Kicks. Did you guys have any encounterance with them? I don't think Quads did, but Circles, did you?
Kick? No, no.
You didn't see them in the
Outside
Mercedes?
outside the race or inside the race, I haven't seen them.
Well, that's good to hear. I think that's probably for the best off of it. It was pretty dramatic with the kicks between Nitro and Baja. They both were not driving necessarily to DLR standards and ended up leaving the league on their own accord. So, yeah, that was interesting. It was rumored that they had like 3 race engineers and somehow couldn't manage ERS and were like a second and a half off the grid's pace after qualifying. Pretty interesting. Not quite
That's
sure.
actually very
Yeah,
interesting.
no, after their double
Can I
DNF
snag
and
one of the engineers?
yeah, after their double DNF and I started shit roasting them on the stream, I watched my viewers drop by 3 view counts in an instant. So I'm pretty sure that might have been 3 of their race engineers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we'll probably be seeing some moves at Kick. Maybe they'll actually be able to make a play next season. But do you guys have any big championship goals for next season? Do you guys see Aston Martin in the top 3? Do you guys see yourselves in the top like 5? Where's the target aimed at right now?
Um, uh, Speaking from a TP standpoint, I feel like the rebuild, or at least new ownership, came in this season.
Yeah.
We're rebuilding over the season, and hopefully we'll have the stability of the team to maybe we're P5 right now. I
Um.
was thinking P3 or above, but there's pretty quick people.
Yeah. No, you
Um,
guys were P5 this championship. Uh. You could have had out Red Bull. Let me take a look at the constructors real quick. You guys
yeah,
were
but not when I
P5.
was in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys didn't have that much points throughout this season, so I think with 2 consistent drivers that one can compete for a podium and one can compete for consistent finishes, that would put you at a pretty good result floating around P3, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think last night I took a look at the Drivers' Championship on stream, and one thing that I highlighted, Circles, was that you consistently like to find the points. You haven't DNF'd any race that you're in, and every race that you're in, you have scored points, which is really critical in league racing, where a lot of times people just can't hang on and they lose out points chances. So I think Aston Martin is looking pretty promising for season 4 from my standpoint.
yeah, that's definitely one of my strong points. But yeah, there's other areas to work on, and hopefully my teammate can cover that
Yeah, no, it
like he
seems
did
like you
today.
guys have a good dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. I won't hold you up too much longer as I know it is late for some of you and there is a 24 hours of Daytona to watch. So I won't hold you guys up for much
So
longer.
yep, I'm about to go watch that
I
actually.
have it on my TV about 2 feet away from me. I've been cutting away from it, watching it during the safety cars when everything's slow. I was
Oh, I
watching the
only have
24
this
hours of
monitor.
Daytona and shitting on the kicks. That was what I was doing. But thank you guys. Have a good one and good luck in season
Thank
4.
you.
Good job, Quads, on the
You
podium.
too. Thank you.
See you guys.
Have a good
Appreciate
night.
it. See ya.
Hey, tell the rest he's shit.
Okay. And next up is Rez. Rez, are you there? Rez?
Yeah, hello?
Yo, I have a message from an Aston Martin driver that may or may not have just been in the VC. He said, and I quote, "Tell Rez your shit."
All right.
But no, difficult race for you and Baja and Nitro. Walk me through what was going on during that race.
Um, it was like I was gonna do good. Like I could have been fighting with Mint, but I don't know. Something happened with the ghost and shit at the beginning. That's why I had spun.
I
So
gotcha.
like, I'm not even gonna blame. Yeah, it was like Mint because Mint said I was ghosted on his screen, and I was because he showed me the clips. So I'm not even
Oh.
gonna like blame him or anything.
Yep.
But yeah, after that, I spun. I was trying to like my rears were cooked after that, so I had to pit earlier than I wanted. So I had to do the two stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone with the safety cars was on at least a two stop. I know Baja, if you wanted to know, Baja did four stops with three front wings and 20 seconds of time penalties and still held out for P10.
That's nice.
So, yeah, that was pretty incredible for him. We did see you cutting up
Yeah, it
traffic
was.
quite a bit during the race as well. If you watch back the commentary, you will see yourself cutting up the midfield pretty good. But yeah, no, it was a big struggle to hang on to positions that looked.
Yeah, like the tires were just like the wear was like really bad.
Yeah, no,
But
that
yeah,
was.
I know. I think I did a double overtake on a V carb and a
Yeah,
kick
yeah, I
on
think
like
that
the
might have been the
second DRS
moment that
break.
I think picked up that one and a couple others.
Yeah, and then I had overtook in like sector three somewhere at the end
Yeah,
of sector three. I
that's
tried
the
to do a
one that
double
I'm thinking
overtake.
of. That's the one that I'm thinking of mostly. But I got a lot of moments from this race, honestly. Um, as the front wasn't as exciting, but there was still a lot of moments in the front. I got a lot all around this time around. So if you watch it back, you'll see a lot. But yeah, no, a lot of drivers were worried about the tire deg tonight, and I think the two safety cars kind of really was a big sigh of relief to all the drivers to go onto that two stop.
Yeah, because before that last car, my rear right was at like 60, almost 70
Oof.
something
Yeah.
percent. So I was happy that that came out.
Yeah, I
'Cause I
think
went on
everyone
like
was.
kind of new mediums. My mediums were like kind of new, so
Yeah,
I was a
no.
little bit faster than everybody, like near the last lap.
Yeah, no.
So
I was looking at the tires coming into that first safety car. It was from P1 down to U and P6, I think were all on 16 lap old hards. And it actually said right before that safety car, if I were in your position, I would have wanted to pit a couple laps earlier to try and undercut the other guys as you were having a struggling race and just take that gamble. And then immediately after the safety car came out. So definitely a big play for
yeah,
you. How did you feel on that safety car
yeah.
restart? Did you feel like you could make up some good positions and secure some good points?
The last one,
Yeah.
it was decent. The guy in front of me, I think it was I don't know who it was, but he was holding me up a little bit. His start wasn't too good. His start wasn't good.
Yeah.
Because then after that, I was like 3 seconds behind from the Aston Martin and the Red Bull. So yeah, his start wasn't good. So it set me back a lot.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's unfortunate sometimes when the driver ahead of you just doesn't have a good start and you get by and you're immediately set back by 3 seconds. But yeah, no, decent result for you. How do you feel going into season 4? Have you found a seat yet?
I haven't found one yet. If I can't find one, then I might just stay with as a reserve. To be honest, 'cause I'm fine with reserving.
Well, I do hear that there
So
will be a lot of driver moves going on, and I think it is confirmed that both kicks have left the league. So I think both kicks are now open. I think there's a Red Bull seat open, and I know that iRacing is talking about a move as well as some other drivers. So definitely keep your mind open and don't let this defeat you. Even still, as a reserve, you're almost guaranteed a seat with your pace. So yeah, congrats to you on that one.
yeah, I would say I'm like damn near the best reserve on the grid. To be honest.
Yeah, that might be a fair call. That might be a fair call. I'm not sure of all the reserves that are out there in the league, but you're certainly one of the quicker ones without a seat for sure. So team principals will be listening in, wanting to contact you maybe. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah, I hope so.
But anyways, thank you Snook for the quick words. It was a good race for you, and we hope to see you next season with a permanent seat.
All right, see you.
Have a good night.
You too.
See you, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been DLR's Season 3 of F125 world champion is 77 GT, aka F4, with iRacing New P2 and Mint P3. Jesus not participating in the last 2 races, falls to P4. That man will stay P5. TD, I think, stays P7. I don't think he'll pass Sasuke for P6. Circles will stay P8. Alone will stay P9. And P10 will be, I think it might be Deathwing. I think Deathwing might have edged out just enough points to get P10 in the Drivers' Championship, which will be huge for him, and that will result in him having every race finished with points. Not big points, but enough points indeed. Thank you, ladies and